So, Stu, the Biden administration has declared monkeypox a public health emergency. Now, is this a public health emergency? I mean, aren't we clear? I mean, it's really simple, and it has nothing to do with gay people at all. Nothing. Seriously, nothing. I think we could make a really clear rule. You can comment in a second. I think we can make a really clear rule. Don't have sex or actively cuddle with anyone who has open weepy sores. Now, I never thought I'd have to say that, but I guess we do. Don't just roll around naked with somebody with sores. Don't snuggle up to somebody's face who has open weepy pussy sores. Don't do it. That's the way we solve this, and it's not really that hard of a problem, is it?
You were really demeaning the OS community, the open sword community, Glenn. Where's their fun in all of this?
Yeah, I know. All those people who are really a downtrodden people who have been ignored, the open sore society. I do apologize to you, but you are the problem. You know, that say, I have open weepy sores, and yet I'm going to rub them all over somebody else.
Yeah,
it's a problem.
There's these questions that are going around. Is this an issue that is specific to the LGBTQIA2 plus community? And the answer to that is yes and no, right? No, it's not the only way you can pass it, right? You can have other, like if you could have intimate contact. You can have skin-to-skin contact over long periods of time. You can touch an open sore and put it in your eye. There's other ways you can pass it. However, and this is the important part, the other side of it too, which is the yes side of it, 98% of cases are in the community of men having sex with men.
With men.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do want to... I guess you could say that you're bisexual, so that makes you not gay. But it doesn't make you heterosexual.
Right. So this has been a thing, because I've been fascinated by this terminology, because what we typically do, Glenn, in the English language, let's say, is we have something like a hamburger. Okay. And a hamburger is a word that is used to symbolize a definition of something else. A piece of cow fried up on a griddle, put on a couple of buns with lettuce and tomato and other toppings. We don't say it like that, because if we talked like that, it would take 6 months to get through anything. So instead, we come up with a word that summarizes all of that, called a hamburger. Now, in every news story in America about monkeypox, the story is men having sex with men, which is fascinating, because that we have words that would define sexual activity. We actually even have abbreviations, right? Like we have LGBTQIA2+. We all understand that sort of behavior. To have to describe it every single time is a bit arduous linguistically, I would say.
Yeah, and it's it's also something that I don't want, if I have very young children, I don't want to be in the car like you may be right now with your child, and they look up and say, what do they mean, men having sex with men, mommy?
Yeah, I will say, if you made it through the open source conversation and you're still here with your little kids, that's on you, okay? That's on you as a parent. That's not.
Kids can have open sores, and it's not monkeypox.
That's true.
Of course, anyone I see with a cold sore or anything, my first response is, could be monkeypox. Probably monkeypox. Could be cancer, but probably monkeypox. So,
can I bring up one other part of this that I don't think is getting nearly enough attention right now, which is how badly Joe Biden has screwed this up? I know it's hard to believe, but. First of all, this isn't saying it's a pandemic. It's saying it's a public health emergency, which the LGBTQIA2+ community is upset about. And they're upset about it for one reason, because they waited so long to declare it a public health emergency. This just helps direct funds and all the things that it does. But the interesting part about that is it appears that Joe Biden and his administration did not make it a public health emergency earlier because they did not want to add stigma to the virus and to gay people who might be getting it, or men having sex with men who might be getting it. So they, for woke purposes, to not stigmatize, they didn't make it a public health emergency, didn't make it into a bigger deal within the communities affected, and that has made the problem worse. The other situation...
Okay, so wait. I just have to make sure I have this right. I know. I just want to make sure I have this part right. So when Reagan was slow on AIDS because he said it's only a gay disease...
Which he didn't say, but
Well, right. But they claim that he hesitated because it was only a gay disease. And then when he saw Rock Hudson, who was gay, but a friend, they say that's when he was interested. And they were really upset because, obviously, inaction kills people. So they said he was an evil, evil dude for that. Are they going to say the same thing about Joe Biden? Because while he did it for the opposite reasons, I don't want to bring stigma to the disease. I mean, if it's a disease, I think it's already got as much stigma on it as it
the sores
can have.
Are the stigma. When you have open sores, there's stigma attached to that, especially for sexual
Unless you've
reasons.
been harpooned or something like that, then that open sore might just be something you should check anyway, but might not be monkeypox. But now that he's had people die from it, no, not anyone died from it because it generally doesn't kill people. But anyway, now that he's hesitated, are they going to hate him?
I don't know. It's a good point. And you're correct. 0 people in the United States have died. I think it's 9 worldwide have died from monkeypox. Now, look, you could say that it's got to get worse, and that may happen. And it is something serious. Like, it's apparently very, very painful and terrible to deal with. But there's more to this story, which... The thing is, this is unlike COVID, right? This is not like we have a new virus and we're like, holy crap, what do? We better get Operation Warp Speed. We better get all these medicines in the pipeline, all these things going on. We already have a vaccine for this, already ready. It was something that we already had gone through for smallpox, and the smallpox vaccine works on monkeypox. Now, not too long ago, Glenn, we had 20 million doses of this vaccine, which we just let expire. So now when we need it, we don't have it. And that's not all Joe Biden's fault. But the second part of it is, which is let me give you this. This is from the New York Times. By the time the federal government had placed its orders, because we waited too long, the vaccine's Denmark-based manufacturer, Bavarian Nordic, had booked other clients and was unable to do the work for months, officials said, even though the federal government had invested well over $1 billion in the vaccine's development. So we helped make the vaccine. Then we had 20 million doses that we let expire. And it was so bad that Health and Human Services so miscalculated the need that on May 23rd, this is not like 2 years ago, 5 years ago, when you might understand we don't think monkeypox is coming. On May 23rd of this year, they allowed Bavarian Nordic, the vaccine manufacturer, to deliver 215,000 fully finished doses that the federal government had already bought to European countries instead of holding them for the United States.
Well, I think it's another fine decision by the Biden administration.
Of course,
I mean, it fits right in with it. Can I ask you this? Listen to this. Listen to this.
Yeah.
There's a new guide out. Okay, a new guide how to protect yourself. Okay.
Yes.
And it says if you discover a bump on your skin, but you still want to, and I'm not making this up, share in the fun of a gay fetish festival. But you have a bump on your skin that might be monkeypox, you should, quote, cover it up with a Band-Aid or clothing before you go out. Now, that's really interesting.
That's fascinating.
So I'm gonna add open weepy sores to Band-Aids now, okay? So the San Francisco had their annual Up Your Alley street fair. Yeah. And the California Senator, Scott Wiener, which is... he's a senator. They told potential attendees of the fetish festival how to remain safe. The senator, shared a guide from the organization on Core Alley without fear of monkeypox. Core Alley is the Up Your Alley Street Fest. And they said it was really great guidance on monkeypox so we can continue to have fun while reducing risk. Well, now, wait a minute. I'm not sure that going ahead with the Up Your Alley Fetish Festival is necessarily the best idea. Now, remember, this is coming from California, but remember our own government. As soon as the Biden administration got in, one of the first things they did was put out advice on how you can safely attend orgies. So now they're doing this. Now, this Wiener says, that we have to, just go out there and have fun, but put a Band-Aid on, but just go out and have fun. You know what I mean? But here's what he said in 2020 about COVID. We need a national mask mandate, period. That's how we'll beat this virus. He went on to say here recently about the monkeypox that we don't need any top-down rules. People should decide what is right for them when it comes to their health.
Fascinating.
And I just, before I take a quick break, I was thinking of this, and I want a response that is intellectual and accurate.
Sure.
And accurate on how I feel. So I would just say to Senator Wiener,
oh no,
up your alley.
No.
I mean, it sounds like a great time.